Hello and welcome to Aslan Live. In today's episode, we're going to talk about our victory against Gençlerbirliği and our injury situation before our game against Royal Union, which is in 2 days only. But let's talk about our victory. It was a very difficult game. Singo and Lemina got injured pretty early in the first half. Jakobs and Osimhen is already injured. And Eren Elmalı is suspended, and Metahan. So it was a very difficult game from the beginning. And when you're getting when these players are getting injured, it's very difficult. And Gençlerbirliği scored from a set piece. People will say like, yeah, it was from a set piece, but set pieces are very dangerous in football. I think like 30 or 40% of the goals are coming from set pieces. And it happens before Gunay tried to play in the middle there. I think it's not good enough from Gunay. It can happen, but to play, you can't win too much to try to play out from that situation. The risk is so much higher, and to lose possession like that, it does something with your confidence in your whole team and the mindset for Gençlerbirliği as well. They are gaining confidence because early in the game, I think we did, have some combinations. Barış Alper had one on the woodwork, so it was like it seemed like we were going to dominate the game, and it was not like Gençlerbirliği when Gunay tried to play it in the middle there and we lost possession. They got a shot where Abdülkerim blocked. It's not like Gençlerbirliği got the ball straight away, but it happened 1 minute later, and it's no coincidence, I think, because again about mindset and confidence. But anyway, that can happen, and they scored from a set piece. Sloppy marking from our players. They had like two players there who could have scored anyway. And Yusuf Demir came in after the injury of Lemina, and he got subbed out after that. So before the second half, he played pretty weak, and I feel, it's sad because you want young players to uh, do it well. The thing about Okan Hoca's system with the young players is that they need to take care of their chances. He believes that young players will take care of those chances when they get them. It's pretty harsh in some ways, but it's also in a big team you need to expect players when they get the chance to take advantage of that. And many players has done that in Galatasaray under Okan Hoca. Sasha Boye, Barış Alper, Yunus Akgün. It's many young players. So and unfortunately for Yusuf Demir, it didn't look good, from the fans. I'm not sure if they booed at him, but it was not. It was a very strange atmosphere when he got the ball. It was just the correct thing to take him out, I think. And of course, İlkay Gündoğan came in, and I don't think he's played his best match, but he showed his class. He scored a goal. He tried to control the game. You see that he's not 100% ready yet, but that's of course normal. He has been injured for a little while. Barış Alper is, for me, I think he's back again. He played a very good game. I hope he's back again. I saw that he was good against Spain in the national team as well. This is the Barış Alper we want to see, fighting, using his pace, working hard. He worked so hard, And this is the Barış Alper we need, not the Barış Alper who's trying to get the ball in his feet all the time, but rather using his physique because he's so extreme when he does that. So he needs to just keep it on the basics, because then Barış Alper is a very good player. And yes, let's also talk about Mauro Icardi. If you saw the video I made after the Kogili game where Icardi plays a clear number 10, I said it, that Mauro Icardi is probably one of the best number 9s in the world, you know, the normal striker. Maybe not right now, but you know, his movements, his smartness in the box and so on, to take that out of him, you're taking out the whole Mauro Icardi. And we saw that in the game. For example, on the on his goal, his movement, where Kazımcan got a fantastic assist. I'm happy for Kazımcan as well. I would talk about him. His movement there, but not only there, his movement on Ilkay's goal as well, where he's manipulating the center back. Mauro Icardi is a threat in the box. It's in the box you need Mauro Icardi. So I'm happy for him. And, you know, also happy for Barış Alper that he got his goal. And I hope he's back again. It was from a counter-attack, from a set piece where Leroy Sané played to Mauro Icardi, you know, again a smart movement by Mauro Icardi. This is Mauro Icardi, he's the striker. And Barış Alper followed up. I'm also satisfied with Davinson Sanchez. I think he played a very good game. You know, after the national team games where he's traveling so far away, I always expect Davinson Sanchez to be not to be that good, to have some clear weaknesses from his game when he's coming back, but I think he played fantastic. I think Abdul Karim struggled more. I'm not sure if it's something like an injury because he didn't play against Spain. He left out of the squad there because of some kind of, you know, little injuries, I think. So I don't think he'd play good, but Kazımcan was very good, you know, after Eren Elmalı thing, and we know that Jakobs are injury prone. We know that from the last season. We know that from Monaco. We knew that when we got him. So Kazımcan stepped up. You know, a player we all thought like, where is he even in the team? You know, and to be that ready, I'm happy for Kazımcan. Again, I don't want to be pessimist, but he still has his weaknesses. For me, his weakness, yes, it is with the ball, but it's also that he's very emotional guy, and sometimes it's too much. I think, like maybe too aggressive. It can really hurt him if he does something wrong. You know, he's very emotional from what I've seen. He needs to control that more. Of course, I also loathe when he screamed at the player, and you know, he got the red card. The player he screamed at when he was down. Okay, in this game, fantastic, but in the next game, he can hurt him. So, Kazımcan, just be controlled. Use your physique. He also got a good physique as well. So, I'm happy for Kazımcan. It's not easy to come in there and perform when you have been out so long, not playing, not been in the squad and so on. You're not in the Champions League squad. It's very strange. No one was counting on you before the season. And you got like two very good left backs in Jakobs and Eren Elmalı. So the chances was like, will he ever get the chance? And the chance got onto him, and he took that with every every steps. So and you see that's very difficult for a player like Yusuf Demir, for example, who didn't. And I can also understand that it's not easy at all. So it's more respect to Kazımcan and more sad for Yusuf Demir. And I think also Leroy Sané played a weak game. I see that people are saying that yes, Leroy Sané, he didn't get help and so on, but Leroy Sané was very weak in this game. He is a player that plays on very small margins, and oftentimes, because he's so extreme, is that he's getting succeed out of it. But when it doesn't, then it starts to build up that he's, losing the ball. He's playing on the small margins with his body, with his touches. And when he's then coming out of the rhythm, it's, easy to lose more possession, I think. So he played a weak game, but I hope and trust we have seen a very good progress on his form lately. So I saw that because he was so close to succeed as well. So I'm not that scared of his form. I think he's going to be good against both Royal Union and Fenerbahce next week. So yeah, we won 3-2. Happy for that, but the game in overall, when we were on the 1-0, we could have Gençlerbirliği could have scored. They had two big chances on 1-0 as well, which could have been 2-0 to them, and then the game would have been completely different. They got the red card, as we know, and after 3-1, we were one man up. We started to think about the Royal Union game, and Gençlerbirliği came in the game again, and it was some painful minutes to watch, to be honest. Not only on the 3-1, on the 1-0. My mind was like, this will not be a good day, where we're probably going to lose points again. But again, Ilkay Gündoğan, Barış Alper, Mauro Icardi played fantastic. Torreira, he was like, I think he thought about the yellow card because he was in risk of, if he had got a yellow card, he would have he would have missed the game against Fenerbahce, and you saw that on him because Torreira is a player who is very physical in the terms that he's always getting contact with the players, so he's on risk to get cards often. But when you're thinking about it as well, when you're playing and thinking that if I'm getting a yellow card here, I don't want to get a yellow card, you're always that 1 second behind. And when you're 1 second behind in football, you are going to lose those duels. So I think he thought about that, so and didn't get to play his fully best, and it's understandable, he's thinking about the Fener game. I can understand that. Gabriel Sara is a player I expect more from in these games, where he needs to take responsibility and take care of his chances. It's against Ajax, against this game. It's not that it's not that bad, but he needs to be much better. The Gabriel Sara we know. I said it after the Göztepe game that yes, it was a fantastic game by Gabriel Sara, but he also played very good against Göztepe last season, a very defensive team, which suits him very well. So I said like, I don't want to jump like out of happiness that he's back again, because some games suits you much better than other games. So in overall, he's not where he needs to be yet, and I'm a bit unfortunate for that. Salah got a red card. People will say, Salah, why? Singo is out. We needed him for the game against Fenerbahce. He's suspended before the against Fenerbahce, which is very, very sad, and that's what makes Salah Salah. He's that kind of player who's fighting for every ball, who is very aggressive, very always playing on the line, if you would say that, between yellow cards, red cards, fouls, and so on. And this time, I think he hit the defender in the face, with his foot, so it's the risk of red card there. And yes, it was a very I'm really sad for him that he's going to lose that game. So let's talk a bit about before our game against Royal Union. It's in 2 days. And Royal Union are in first place in Belgium. It's a very difficult team. I think they have 3 points in the Champions League. They won against PSV in their first game, 3-1 away, which is pretty impressive in any games in the Champions League away. But then they faced Inter and Newcastle at home and lost 4-0, which is understandable because Newcastle is a very good team. It's a Premier League team. Every Premier League team is very dangerous and difficult. And Inter, which is a very experienced team, which came to the final in the Champions League last season. And then they lost to Atletico Madrid. So they had some pretty tough games. And I need to be honest, I have not watched them play, so I can't say too much about them. But what we can say is that Singo's injury report and Lemina and so on came just right now, and from the reports, Wilfred Singo is out between 1 and 2 months. Unfortunately, it's more unclear about Lemina, Osimhen, Yunus Akgün. I'm not sure if they will reach this game against Royal Union. It's more about, I think, if they can reach the game against Fenerbahce. I don't know. Should you risk them in this game and then, lose them against Fenerbahce? I don't know what we need to do, but this is the situation right now. Lemina, Singo, Osimhen, Jakobs, Yunus, Kaan, Berkan are all injured, and then Eren Elmalı and Metahan is suspended from this betting thing, which is another crazy thing from the TFF, if you ask me how they handle that, but that's another case. Yes, this is the situation right now, and people are saying that Osimhen and Lemina will reach the Champions League game, so we will just see. I don't count, this is a bit harsh, but Berkan and Kaan, yes, they are good players, but they are not even being used as rotation players in our team. And we talked about this before the season as well, that how good is Berkan and Kaan. Ayhan Kaan, is going on a downhill. He's just getting slower and slower, and Berkan Kutlu, can you really trust him? Both of them are Guribeci in the Champions League squad as well. That means that they are foreigners in the Champions League. It's all these things. If you can't trust them in a Super League game, how can you trust them in a Champions League game, unfortunately? But that's another story. This Royal Union game is very important. And, players like Jakobs, Osimhen, Lemina, Singo is very injury-prone players. We have seen this now. I didn't know that Singo was that injury-prone as it looks now, because he did play a lot of minutes last season for Monaco. But it's also different when he's playing right back or when he's playing a right center back. Because his right back is running up and down all the time. Probably his body doesn't respond well to that. To run up and down all the time. Probably, and I think Okan Hoja said that as well, that he was thinking about him playing a center back in this game. So, yeah, this is the situation right now. We are struggling a lot, and before the Royal Union game, which is a very important game, and the Fenerbahce game next in 1 week, who is going to play right back, who is going to play left back, if that's of course Kazımcan against Fenerbahce if we're not having him back either. In the Champions League, Kazımcan is not registered. Who is going to play as a left back? Maybe Salai, but who is going to play right back? Arda Ünyay? I don't know. He came in against Gençlerbirliği, did some mistakes. He's showing his potential, but he's still 18 years old. You see that he's not that ready yet. He has some really good qualities, but it's very, very young. And, I trust Arda Ünyay as well. I'm not sure if I'm trusting him, but he's a very big talent in my eyes. Maybe he's getting the chance and doing like we remember Ozan Kabak and taking that chance to the fullest. And Salah as a left back. I don't know. It's who is going to play against Royal Union. Ilka is back. It depends on Lemina. Maybe Lemina as a center back. We're playing like 3 in the center back with Lemina, Abdulkerim, and Sanchez, and then Barış Alper and Salah as wing backs. Something like that can also happen. We just need to see. This is going to be some interesting week at least, not to say. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please hit the subscribe button, like button, and I hope to see you soon, guys. Bye.